Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. We are doing this a second time because I am an idiot. You know what happens when you record a video and your mic is not on the table in front of you? You have no sound, so we love that for me. Anyways, I am doing the finale to my Panthose Eyeshadows project Pan. This is a project created by Alexi. She doesn't upload anymore, and I am not really doing it the way she did it many years ago. I have done my own twist to this project, where I work on 6 shades. 5 are randomly generated from my entire collection, and 1 is hand-picked. And this has been a really successful project for me, so I'm gonna bring you the update for my final shades. And yeah, I do hope that you enjoy this project. I really love it. It has been making it. It has enabled me to rotate through my eyeshadows, so it is a perfect project for me. But let's get into this update. So I only have 5 shades on my hand because one of the shades comes from a palette that I have decluttered. I did upload my entire eyeshadow palette collection, and so if you haven't seen that, I will link it down below, but I did decide to declutter one of the palettes, and that I was working on a red shade from my Call Me Mavie or Take Me to Hong Kong palette. And yeah, I have since given that to a friend. So we are talking about these 5 shades. The first shade here is a peach gold shimmer shade from the All Shimmer palette, and the Taco Cat or Pizza Kitty palette from Sugar Drizzle. This is a really cute palette, but I do feel like the quality is like the shimmer shades that indie brands do now are so much better than this one. It is starting to feel a bit old. We have been working on the shade Taco Kitty, what is it called? I always forget. Taco Cat. And I have used Taco Cat 11 times since rolling it in, and this is what we are looking like. So you do see that I was able to hit pan on that shade. But as I said, even I will not declutter it because it's very cute, but I feel that the formula is not really what other formulas are these days. Does anyone know what's happening with this brand either? Because I felt like they used to pump out eyeshadows, and now I haven't heard from them, and I know that some people have like cancelled them. Don't know why, but yeah. We were successful in getting a pan on that one. The next shade is this like standard green to brownish red duochrome, and that one comes from another all shimmer palette. This is from the Swedish indie brand GlossGods. It's their Dancing in the Sky palette. All of these shades lean towards the green side, hence the packaging. And I was working on the shade Solar Wind. And I used Solar Wind 18 times, so quite a lot. And this is what we are looking like. So Solar Wind is there, and you can see the pan. So 18 uses is quite a lot for a shimmer shade, but I'm not mad at it. I did play around with all of the shades in this palette, and it is very stunning. I love GlossGods formula. They are really good. If you can find them, you should definitely test them out. But we are we were able to hit pan on Solar Wind as well. Okay, I need to. Okay. Then this reddish orange here is the shade Shrimp from the Certifeye Cosmic Wonders palette. No, Tropical Wonders palette. I have been working on other shades from this palette, and the pans are very deep. I did use Shrimp 10 times. It was kind of competing with the other orange shade because they function the same way, I would say. And Shrimp is now, after 10 uses, looking like this. So we do have a little dip, but no pan. I have been working on Dusk in like a previous Panthose eyeshadows, and no pan. Sunray has a pan, and you can see that it is quite a deep pan. I think it's interesting that I've been rolling shades in that are like in order. It's interesting, but yeah, 10 uses and no pan. I was able to use this as a blush some days and it was really beautiful. I did like an eyeshadow with shrimp and then I draped the blush to connect and it was very pretty. So, happy to have some use on that one. Then we have a pink bluish topper shade. Really doesn't show up that well on camera, but that one comes from my Oden's Eye Saga of Freja palette. It's the double-sided palette. It's very cute, looks like a book. And we worked on the shade called Promise. And I used Promise 11 times. And this is what it is looking like. So you can see that it's quite a deep pan, but I was able to hit pan on Promise. This is the hand-picked shade that I chose. I have picked a lot of like bright inner corner shades. Sue Me is my product. It's just I know that I can hit pan on them. So yeah, I was happy to work on this palette because I haven't used it this year otherwise, or I haven't used it. So now I have used all of the shades in this palette on both sides actually. And I can put that one away. And then finally this orange shade comes from my Moira Cosmetics Pretty Little Thoughts palette. This is what that one looks like. Had not used this year either, so I was happy to have it rolled in. And as I said, the shade was called Windmill. And this is what we are looking like. And Windmill, as you can see, has a pan. These pans are not that deep, and this was a quite powdery shade. So I was able to hit pan on this one after 12 uses, which is pretty good for a matte mid-toned orange shade. But yeah, these are the shades, and I was able to hit pan on 4 out of 5 shades. And as I said, I did declutter that red shade that was also pulled from my Take Me to Hong Kong palette. It is now residing with my friend, which is, you know, a better home for it than here. Overall, this is a really great project for me. I have been working on 38 shades throughout the year, and out of those 38 shades, I was able to hit pan on 31, which is like super, super good. It's like 82%. So it's been really working out well for me. It is forcing me to use palettes, and I always try to use all of the shades, like no pan left behind. So I'm not only focusing on the shade that is generated for me, I use all of the shades in the palette. So it is a very good way for me to really get my thoughts on palettes and to rotate and use palettes that I kind of have forgotten about. But that is it for this project this year. I am bringing it back next year. I will just take a couple of weeks to play around with whatever I want to. And then I will be back at the end of January to give you the new 2024 Panthos eyeshadows. I think I will do it the same way because it has been working out so well for me to have 6 shades, whereas I generate 5 and handpick 1. It feels like a winning concept. Let me know what you think about this project, if you are doing it as well, and how you have been doing this year. And yeah, I hope to hear from you and see you in my next video. Bye guys!